Meji Jingu, which is a massive Shinto temple inside of Tokyo. And the reason we came here today, not that these temples aren't cool, but we kind of came for, as I was told, it's surrounded by this beautiful forest of trees. So we came for the trees, and they are gorgeous. So we're gonna walk around. There's a couple different gardens here. And then after that, I'm gonna go back down, take a Takashita Street, which I just walked down. And I'll probably do a little recording on that street, but it was so busy on there just a couple minutes ago that I didn't really feel like it was appropriate to have the camera out. I don't have the selfie stick, so I'm just sort of holding the nub at the bottom of the camera, and so you won't get those above head views that sometimes we normally get. So first we're going to maybe that wasn't the Victoria Gate, but there's an Irish field, and then we'll check out, there's a bridge, and then right near here there's another garden, park, Yoyogi Park, so we'll go check out that. Here's some more of those insects that I heard last time when I was in. You hear them? When I was walking from Sumago to Narajuku. Oh, I kind of wish I brought the selfie stick, because it's not exactly comfortable to hold this thing like this. Oh, look at that. Right in the heart of Tokyo, biggest metropolitan city on the planet. And you find gardens like this. And this beautiful forest. So, sort of been resting a couple days. I sort of had to reevaluate my plan for Hokkaido. So, Sapporo is the big main city in Hokkaido, and believe it or not, it's actually, oh well, there's mushrooms. So Sapporo is like double the price than staying in Roppongi, where I'm staying right now. And I also realized that even if I rent a car, the national parks that I wanted to go to are 8 hours away from Sapporo, and there's not a lot of hotels in the areas of the national parks. So we're still going to go to Sapporo because I have concert tickets. I did get concert tickets or a concert ticket. Mr. Venice Forever going to concerts alone. I did get a ticket to the Rising Sun Music Festival. I emailed their service and I said, I've been trying for a couple days to try to get a ticket to this. Could you tell me if they're sold out? They said, no, we're not sold out. We're going to reopen ticket sales again. And then they sent me a link and I was able to get a ticket. So I'm very excited about that. And I thought, like, the northern edge of Sapporo. So I'm pumped for that. Get to see Ryokuchikai one last time before I come home. Hopefully I can get even closer than I got last time, although I was within like 75 feet, but we're still gonna try. So here are these barrels of sake. I don't know if there's actually sake in them or if they're just decoration, but all different kinds of decorations on the outside of the barrel. And I don't know if the barrels hold bottles or if they're just filled with liquid. And then over here, it's consecrated wine. Oh. Oh. I'm guessing this is the big Torii gate that's on the map. It's literally labeled Big Torii. And it's pretty massive. And it looks like it's made of wood, which is pretty awesome. And those aren't panels, that's all one piece of wood. There's cracks in it, but it's probably from the drying process. They don't look like they're boards that are laminated together. It looks like all one piece of wood. So definitely needed a heavy duty crane to put that together, especially for those beams across the top. Pretty wild stuff. Pretty awesome. So we'll go up to the south gate. They say there's an iris garden this way. I guess you have to pay for entrance into that garden. That's alright, we'll probably do that. But we'll fill up and check out at least the front of the shrine first. I don't think I'm going to go in the shrine. So I've been doing a lot of resting the past couple days, maybe more than I should have, but that's okay. And truthfully, it was raining pretty hard for a couple days. It's still a cloudy day, so that's why I don't have the straw hat today. And it's spitting a little water every once in a while. That's why I brought my umbrella, but it doesn't seem like it's going to rain and downpour like it was. I mean, the other day when I changed hotels, because the hotel I was in sort of didn't have any availability for me to extend my stay. When I did that, just walking from one hotel to the other, which was only like 3 blocks, my feet got pretty soaked. And if you've been watching these videos, you know I just can't stand having wet feet and wet sneakers. So here's that's where the water is for washing, the ceremonial washing. Another big torii gate, not as big as the other one we just saw. Let's try to see how this person's picture. Looks like you can buy daruma and other little blessing things over there. This temple seems a little different. A lot of the temples I've been in have been adorned with red decorations. This one's a lot of wood, even though the roof seems metal. Yes, the roof appears metal, but it looks like they're valuing the natural coloration and depiction of the wood. Depiction, I don't know if that's the right word. Either way. So there's the main square of the temple. And it doesn't look like they're letting people in past that gate over there, that big gate. So probably just walk around here a little bit. I think we'll go that way. Those trees look pretty huge and awesome over there. And then we'll sort of snake our way back around, I think, to the garden with the irises. And they said there's an important well that way. Yes. Yes, it looks like that's what we'll do. But if you got to pay to get into that garden, maybe I should backtrack and just go to the point. There might not be multiple entrances where you can pay and get entry. Maybe only multiple ways to exit. But we'll see. So they say to be quiet. No photographing or video recording, so we'll go this way. We'll be respectful. I did, when I was at another one of these shrines, hear somebody explaining how the clapping and bowing works, but it was somebody else's conversation, and I wasn't really trying to eavesdrop, and so I didn't get the full thing. Lots of people here today, tourists and natives alike. These two trees right here are massive. It looks like they've been growing together for a long, long time. Their branches are all interweaved. They have a beautiful shape to them too. And then there's a sacred root. Oh, they're camphor trees, planted in 1920. They're called the husband and wife couple trees, and they're connected by that sacred root. Pretty wild stuff, pretty awesome. So we'll go this way, even though I have a feeling I'm gonna have to go back to that one entrance to get into the, oh yeah, this is the right way to go. So we'll have to go back to that one entrance to get into the Iris Garden, I think. But if you were teleported here and you were walking around in this area right here in particular, you would never guess you're in the largest city on the planet. I can't hear traffic. I can't hear sirens. And it looks like this forest has been here for 1,000 years. It is beautiful. And I want to check out that garden, but we're going to sort of wander around. A little bit. Oh, look at that beautiful mushroom. That sort of looks like an agarikon mushroom to me. Absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to touch it like that woman just did. I don't know why she felt the need to do that. But it is a beautiful, beautiful mushroom. And it does kind of look like it's an agarikon with that like layered structure. But I am no mushroom expert. Not in the least. And even people that I know, like, who was it that used to tell us this? Claude Epstein? No. Jamie Cromartie? I think it was Cromartie. Yeah, Cromartie. No, I think that must have been... Professor Strauss. Pete Strauss, I think his name was. He taught herbal medicine when I was in college, and he used to say that you should get your mushrooms the same place I get mine, and that's the grocery store. Because one mistake could be disastrous with mushrooms. Mushrooms are a pretty wild organism, you know. It's said that they're more closely related to humans and a lot of other organisms on the planet. They consume oxygen and exude, or I wouldn't want to say exhale because they don't have lungs, but they exude or excrete carbon dioxide the same way we do. And wow, this forest is beautiful. And we're in the heart of Tokyo. And mushrooms are where all of our antibiotics drugs come from. So they're a very important part of our lives, even though some people don't realize that. And if you're interested in mushrooms, I once sat in on a lecture by Dr. Paul Stamets at the, I think it was called the Fisher Science Center in Philadelphia. And it was a fascinating conversation. It was a couple years after I got out of college, and I took one of my buddies who's not really science minded. I mean, not that he doesn't appreciate science and engineering, but he's not a scientist. And he said, dude, that was the coolest lecture I've ever sat through. So even the non-science minded people enjoyed it. Dr. Paul Stamets has done extraordinary things with mushrooms. And I'm guessing that if you were to ask him, he'd probably remember me, because I had the foresight. Like I said, it's a couple years after college. I was struggling my way through trying to become a farmer, which I was not very successful at. I'll say I was good at growing vegetables, but there's another art to being a farmer, that is selling your vegetables. You have a perishable product. So it's not like my work as a machinist, where you make a cog for a wheel or a bracket, and then if nobody buys it, you can sit it on a shelf and spray it down with some WD-40 or some Rustlick, keep it from rusting, and sell it 10 years later, because nobody wants to buy a 10-year-old tomato or even a 1-month-old tomato. And then even some agricultural products, cucumbers, for example, if you don't get them to market the next day or two, they're going to start getting soft, and nobody's going to want to buy them. Everybody likes their cucumbers crispy, crunchy, crisp. Yeah, I don't know if crispy is the word, but crunchy, right? With a firm texture. So yeah, I never really got the. I mean, I had taken classes on agricultural marketing, so telling people, hey, I have products to sell, wasn't exactly hard. I don't know if I used a bunch of those skills from that class, but so telling people that that I had products wasn't hard, because I had, like, Facebook and social media, and even had some people from from high school contact me and buy some of the produce from me. But because I was not very good at the logistics of timing out when that produce would be ready and how much I would have, I really never got the handle on sale and distribution, which is a whole other challenge. But we learn a lot from our failures in life. Anyway, so during this time, I had the foresight of when me and my friend went to the Fisher Science Center to hear Dr. Stamets speak. I actually brought along my resume and a business card, and I said, if you have any opportunities, I'm willing to relocate across the country, because he works out of a very large farm in Seattle, and I'm very interested in the work he does, and very adept at learning the natural sciences. And I remember getting a little chuckle out of him, because I said, you might not be able to hold on to my resume, because there's a lot of people getting your autograph. And I did get an autographed book by him. I remember he inscribed it, "For the Earth." Anyway, I said, you could stick this business card in your pocket, and that way, if you lose my resume, you'll still have a way to get a hold of me. And I remember him chuckling and laughing at my persistence. I think that's what amused him the most, was my persistence. And the opportunistic mindset of, here's this great scientist, let me give him my contact information and my credentials and offer to work for him. So I don't know if that's happened a lot to him, but I was that guy in Philadelphia that did that. So I doubt he'd watch these videos, but maybe. Oh, look at that tree. I'm gonna stay on the path here, but The tree is hanging on. So if I want to get back to that garden, looks like I gotta sort of backtrack a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like I gotta kind of backtrack a little bit, because as I suspected, there's only one way into that that garden that's right outside Meji Jingu. But we're gonna come check out this tree real quick, because it is dominating the landscape, and then we'll shut this off, let it cool off for a second, because it's probably, yes, pretty hot. But we're gonna come check out this tree, or these two trees. They might be combined, but look at them. I mean, these two trees right here are pretty much dominating the entire canopy around them. And if you notice, especially when these two trees are concerned, you see all the little cracks of light in between the leaves. There's a scientific word for that, to where the leaves, they stop growing when they sense the edges of another leaf. And it almost makes like this carpet of the canopy, the overstory canopy. Just beautiful. And the roots, this tree's pretty big, a little bit bigger. And I gotta say, if me, Mr. Brown, and Mr. Rizzardo, I would say 4 of us, me, Mr. Brown, Mr. Rizzardo, and Mr. Backman, if we all wrapped our arms around that tree, we would probably be able to touch fingertips. But a pretty massive, beautiful tree. And it does look like there's more this way. So I'll tell you what, we'll go to the end here, and then I'll backtrack. I think we have time. I want to go home and get a shower before dinner. And then there's another park right next to this called Yoyogi Park, which also looks pretty awesome. So we might check that out too. And then just as long as I can get back to the hotel before dinner, so I can get a shower and not have to go to dinner sweaty and get a fresh change of clothes, because it's not brutally hot here right now, but I mean, it's summertime in Japan, so it's humid and it's warm, so I am sweating a little bit. And today is August the 12th, Tuesday, August the 12th. I wonder why they covered that tree in plastic. Maybe to protect it, or protect the other trees around it. Oh, it looks like there, oh wow, look at that. It looks like there's mushrooms sporulating on the outside. So I wonder if they did that to help the mycorrhizae maintain its moisture in the heat and not dry out, and thus be able to sprout big, beautiful mushrooms. So I feel like we sort of hit the end here. I can hear the subway, which is, or the train, which is where I sort of started. So we're gonna backtrack, find the entrance to that other garden, because they say there's an iris field there. I don't know if iris is in bloom right now, but we're gonna try anyway. And then think also find a restroom back there, because I did see one back there. Yeah, see, this is sort of the path I walked in on. But it's a beautiful day to walk around and explore. I think I'm gonna walk back in along the forest. That forest is pretty cool, but I won't make you guys walk with me because you already saw all that. But this forest around Meiji Jingu is absolutely beautiful. Young couple down there enjoying the forest too. All right, I'll bring you guys back.